My coworker, 33, keeps undermining my authority in front of clients. When I was promoted to team lead at work about 6 months ago, I made it clear that we were going to do things differently. I have always prided myself on being open-minded, progressive, and willing to challenge the status quo. A few weeks after my promotion, one of our coworkers, a woman named Rachel who has worked here for over 10 years, came to me and asked if she could speak with me privately. She said she wanted to talk to me about some concerns she had regarding my leadership style. I agreed, and we stepped out into the hallway where we had a conversation. She told me that she thought I was pushing too hard to implement changes to how the office operates. She said she understood that there needed to be change, but she felt like I was moving too quickly, without giving people enough time to adjust. We talked for a bit, and I realized that her concerns were valid. I explained that I would slow down the pace of change, but I still wanted to see progress. As we went back inside, another coworker, a man named Mike who works directly under me, called out from across the room saying, "Hey, just because you're new doesn't mean you get to make all these changes." He was being facetious, but I knew he was trying to stir up trouble. I didn't respond to him, and instead addressed Rachel's concerns again. She seemed satisfied with this, and I thanked her for coming to me. Over the next couple days, however, I started noticing that Rachel kept undermining my authority whenever she could. If someone asked her a question that they should be asking me, she'd answer them herself. She even corrected me in meetings, pointing out that I wasn't doing things the way they've done them before. I brought this up with her a few times, reminding her that I'm now the team lead, and it's not okay to undermine my authority like this. It continued, though. At first, it was small stuff, little things that weren't important. But then it escalated to bigger issues. Yesterday, during a meeting with several high-level clients, Rachel interrupted me mid-sentence to correct something I was saying. One of the clients looked embarrassed for her, but she just shrugged it off. I was furious, and I finally snapped. I stood up, pointed at her, and said, "That's enough. You can't keep undermining my authority in front of our clients. I don't pay you to disrespect me." No. The rest of the meeting was awkward, and afterwards I got into an argument with her in the break room. I told her that she needs to stop acting like this or she'll be fired. She laughed and said she'd never let that happen. I left the room feeling frustrated and angry. I decided to call HR today to report what happened, but as soon as I walked in the door, I saw Rachel standing by the water cooler, chatting with a bunch of other coworkers. They all smiled at me, and I tried to ignore them. Rachel noticed that I was looking at her, and she smirked at me. I took a deep breath and marched over to her. "Let's go talk," I said, grabbing my bag and walking towards the exit. She followed me outside. I told her that I was calling HR today to report everything that happened. She rolled her eyes and said I was being ridiculous, but I